Good evening. How are we all doing today? Just absolutely covered in wires. Hopefully you can see me all right. What was I doing? Oh yeah. It's been a week, I think, roughly, since I last streamed. Last time I left off with us having general view, but no collision. And segfaults, apparently. Segfaults. Great. That was unexpected. I thought we had squashed all of the bugs. All the bugs. But alas. Yeah, I don't know what's causing it. It's a real pain. It just hits something and decides, nope, not going to do it. And it's there. Whatever it is happening there, but not all the time. So, yeah. Let's see if we can catch it. Oh. Anyway, in my haste to get this stream on the road, I have made like the worst hot chocolate in the world, so I hope that you can all appreciate the suffering I go through to show this stuff to you. Okay, see, it doesn't always do it. It's like, sometimes it does it, but not always. And then it, I mean, there is some collision going on, which is why we're getting stuck here, that's fine. But just doesn't always do it. And even worse, it stops doing it when I try and catch it in a debugger. So it's got to be some sort of memory issue, I just don't know what. Because I'm pretty sure that I am initializing all of the memory possible with something sensible. Yeah, that is probably the thing to do, isn't it? Okay. It's just more annoying. Well, yeah, it will. I always forget how to do it, though. It's this thing. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, then I gotta make Dome do it too. Make. Oh. Slot must hold the ball, apparently. I wish it would have told me where that happened. It's fine. LRDB can catch it. Because that would explain a lot. Every time, right? Every time. It's like, oh, it's doing fine. And then, nope. Backtrace, please. Tile set door. Interesting. Am I not setting a door slot properly? That's bizarre. Okay. No, not that one. My brain is all over the place today. This is a bit of a weird stream, so we'll go for as long as I feel like and then we'll stop. What am I doing? What's in here again? I think the generator's probably... No, it's gonna be core renderer doing door things. Oh, maybe it's not a door? Oh, because it might be null. It could be null. Okay. So the dumb, stupid solution would be... And I think we probably need to do it here as well. And I will, like, if that is the cause, and then I'll fix it properly. That seems to be the fix. In answer to your question, all of the, what I'm like, that Discord bot, the thing that auto-posted to Twitter, if you saw my Twitter, also connects to OBS and to Twitch to set the title for Twitch, is all done in TypeScript. It's all one package that I have put together so that I can more reliably control my stream. Because Me6, the bot that I used to use, notifying the server 30 minutes into a stream or 50 minutes into a stream was not okay anymore. So I had to put a stop to that as quickly as I could. And I've been doing a bit of research on improving the stream generally. So I thought I'd try and make it all a bit smoother. Right, so that appears to be the bug. I don't need to use the mouse if I can help it. Please remind me not to use the mouse. See examples, Raycaster. TypeScript has gotten, well, TypeScript itself is great. The Node JavaScript ecosystem has sort of gotten worse in the few years since I started making stuff with it. Surprisingly, which is a little disappointing. So it was a lot harder to get going than I thought it would be. Tile.c? It was actually not too bad. The only thing that I found to be strange was that, like, I think it was ES modules. So for a Node.js project, but with TypeScript, they don't you can't load all the different kinds of packages together anymore because require doesn't work because it doesn't use CommonJS for a lot of things. So yeah. So there's some weird quirks if you're trying to do it like that. And like TypeScript on its own is fine, Node.js on its own is fine. It was using external packages that ended up being the issue because they were packaged in a particular way, requiring that. I think it was ESM. Is that the stuff? Yeah. And it just made loading things really difficult. So I had to do a bunch of weird things to make that happen. But we got there in the end. It all hooks together. It's basically lots of different interaction packages in one place to do what I want it to do. Annoyingly, there was a bug with the OBS plugin that I'm using, so I can't start the stream automatically for some reason, but it's a small price to pay. Everything else works. I can change a lot of things. It works with my MIDI controller a lot better. It was generally a smoother experience. Right, so the issue is that these are bools, but it doesn't handle the fact that these could be null very well. So, ideally, what we would do is this thing. If ran get slot type is, I can't remember what the thing is. Oh, we're just using the run types, which I've helpfully given us. Okay. Run type. Oh, I need two things here. So I need. Can you do like macro ifs during other insertion? That's a question. Like if I wanted to do if field type, if field type. I don't know if you can do equals stuff. I don't do macro pre-processing things. Yeah, this was me trying to save myself a lot of typing, and it might work. We'll see. If it doesn't, it's okay. I can do this manually. It's just I'd rather not. Bool. And then we can end if for this bit. So then if ren type null. I suppose this might not work very well because it'll mess with other things. Yeah, because no, it doesn't work. Okay. I don't think it would work very well because it's a multi-line macro, you have these end-of-line things, and I don't think you can put that at the end. So we'll just grab all of this stuff and do it ourselves. I guess we could do this. And then take out the field type and just manually implement it. So then if ren get slot type vm1 is equal to ren type null, else do this one. Like that, get that one on there, and get that one on there, because then we can do that. And then the bool comes off the end. There. And that might work. Seems like it worked. Oh, congratulations! That's exciting. It'll be good to see it up there. Ah, we hit something. So yeah. Well, it's not writing, it's reading, surely. I wish it gave me the line numbers. Why doesn't it do that? Because it has debug symbols, I'm sure. Although maybe it definitely is though. Maybe it's just because I've moved the. Oh no, you're right though. That doesn't make sense. I mean, it's got the flag, so it must be. Unless there's some extra bit that I'm missing for doing debug symbols on DLLs or dilibs. Or maybe I just need to bring the dilib dsim folder with us. That might work. Nope. That way, dip, like that. So now if we do dom, so maybe that'll help. There we go, 381. Okay. Oh, it's doing it even if it's out of bounds, though. So that would mess it up. So maybe that would work better. And now there's no way to know when it'll crash, because it's that kind of bug. So we just have to go again until it happens again, maybe. But that might have been it. Just for some reason managed to cast rays out of bounds. And because of the order of the checks and the code, it wasn't doing it right. So maybe we got it. Okay. Right. I'm satisfied with that for now. I would like to go back to having a slightly more optimized version of Dome. Maybe? No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Right. In which case, the thing that I was starting to do last week was getting it to be able to specify a section of the texture to render and not use the entire wall, the entire texture. So that's what I would like to continue with. So we have this texture ref that everything now uses. It's got texture coordinates. And then the renderer. Is doing this stuff. Texture ID. Okay, so this is for the wall, and we'll start with just the wall to begin with. So this multiplied, well, texture ref equals tile.wall, and then ref.id, because then what we want is we want to basically multiply this by the, oh well, actually if you've got your 0 to 1, then we don't want to do that here, do we? That's tricky. I guess right, so we end up doing this bit where we've got the maximum width of the thing. So basically we have wall X, which is 0 to 1 in the texture. Of the renderable. One of the renderable texture, and then the text width, we actually need to convert that then, because then we've got ref min, which is the 0 to 1 for the texture data, and also max. So we basically need the min.x multiplied by that plus wall.x. Well, wall.x multiplied by the max.x multiplied by text width, maybe? I'm not sure if that's right. No, because you need to map between the, like, it's 2 layers of mapping, right? Like I have min-x to max-x, and then I want to get the wall x between them. Wall x. So it ends up being well, then maybe that is right then. Right, because you'd have the start of your texture. Let's break it down. So you've got the start of the texture, which is min.x multiplied by the text width. And you've got the end of the texture, which is the max.x multiplied by the text width. So then I want the start plus it's a lerp, right? It's a lerp. I just can't remember the lerp formula. Or a blend, I guess. Minus start multiplied by the wall x. There we go. Like that. Thank you. So then that then all becomes min.x by text width plus max.x times text width minus min.x times text width multiplied by the wall x, which factors out nope. I've clearly got some keyboard binding stuff to mess with still. Like that. I'm sure there's an extra layer of things that you could do here. Like that. So then you end up doing, like that. That makes more sense. Text x is equal to int floor double the text width and then we have v2 min equals ref min max. So then we can do min.x plus max.x minus min.x. Like that. Min, max, min, wall x, right. That shouldn't change anything. Okay. No. Ref equals. Ugh, I've forgotten the entire thing. No, it was there. Okay. Ref tile.wall. Like that. That's like that. Or maybe it's not a ref. H. Nope. Yeah, it's just static. Well, not static. It's just a struct. It's not a pointer. So. Which means that these are wrong. I imagine there'll be a whole load of bugs if I just run this, but we gotta try. Well, it didn't immediately fall over, so that's a start. So then if we made this 0.5, I don't think we'd actually be able to tell because of the kind of textures we're using, but we can see. Yeah, we don't. We're using the wrong kind of texture. Let me see if I can swap the textures. Core. I don't know what that's supposed to be, so let's go fix that. Oh, I have to actually copy the DLL over. Yeah. Is that actually what that wall is, or is it just being a bug? No, that's what it should be, so we're definitely doing something wrong. Alright. Although, yeah, this stuff might be messing with it because it's not actually this anymore. So I'd have to go through and actually reset all of that stuff. This is more complicated than I thought it would be to do it this way. Because the alternative would be like, what would I have to do? I'd have to calculate this bit separately. Factor it into that stuff. Although, if this is 0 and this is 1 minus 0, then it should just collapse down into exactly what we had before, so then it should just work, which would make no sense otherwise. So, something else is wrong here, for sure. Why do I acquire the texture so far away? Yeah, that's definitely wrong. Okay. But was it working before this? Because if it was working before, then... yeah, so it definitely was that change. So we end up doing all of this multiplication. I guess that this bracket might be in the wrong place then, and it ends up being like that. Well, that doesn't seem right, but... no, it doesn't seem right. And that makes, I mean, it makes sense that it's like this. Are these not considered doubles as well? Can I give it... take this out. No. That's so bizarre. Why is that 0 now? I didn't just make like a... no, I didn't. I definitely didn't. Yeah, because that's 1, 1, so... and unless I made some horrendous error with my maths... let's try a simpler version of it. Or the more verbose version of it, I suppose. Right. So min_x multiplied by text width max.x multiplied by text width minus min.x multiplied by text width multiplied by the wall x. Nope. Same result. Which would suggest that something is wrong with the actual coordinates. This way, this one. Printf %f dash ding max.x max.y Yeah, look at that. For some reason, those are zeros. Okay. Because we do this whole bit, and then and we're using it here, so it's acceptable. This should be very noisy. Yeah. It could be... Maybe I just don't understand how struct assignment stuff works properly. Ugh, come on. Sideways, there we go. Don't worry, it's okay. This isn't anything important, really. I appreciate you just being here, even in spirit. Must be pretty cool, getting stuff onto Steam. Oh, I know the problem. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. Right, I know what the problem is. So, the issue is that none of the textures so far are actually using any of the structure I've got here, so nothing else is initialized right now. So in renderer.h, because I just shoved these in for fun without thinking, so these really ought to be pointers to real data and initialized correctly, which means that this is probably fine. Texture, but there's just a whole bunch of other stuff missing. Because when you come to set this stuff, we should be setting other things differently here. So we want this to be like tile set wall texture. Ren VM star VM like this. I need to grab a lot of the stuff that we are doing here so far. Preferably get rid of this thing. I don't know if it actually picked it up or not. Oh, nope. Oh, it's that kind of day. This thing, select, do that. You gotta do that bit. There. Right. Welcome back. You're just watching me flail around. It's nothing serious. I guess we could just do flat copies rather than... Otherwise I have to like hold on to the ren handle of everything. So... Because slot 1 here, that's not useful here. Texture ref star. Ref is equal to ren get slot foreign VM1. Like that. And then ref like that. Like that. So then we would have to do this bit, ID, take those out, take those out. And then go to the renderer.rem. All texture. And like this, and I am sketching this stuff out. I will come back eventually and patch it up somewhat. Okay. Oh, it's because I've named it ref, which is stupid. Like that. That's better. Right. So we bring in that, and then we need to go to the core renderer, and I need to go texture ref, thank you. And then here, text, well, texture ref, oh crap, I don't remember what I called it. Like that, init. I think we need a special case for handling the 0, but it's fine. Well, 0 or null. 0 or null probably is better, but yeah. I need to go back and to do this bit though. Oh, I was doing it, I just wasn't doing it. Great. I'm good at this, I promise. Nope. Of course not. So, why is that going on? Oh, it's because that size is wrong. It helps to use the right size for your memory. Oh. Slot must hold a number. Was it not holding a number for some reason? Most likely. Oh. Yeah. Set wall texture ID. texture IDs at wall texture ID. When am I doing that? How dare I be doing that? Vim causing. Oh, there. Okay. Haha! There we go. So now we're showing the textures when using no specific sort of mapping. Which means that if we go and recompile with the extra stuff, printf, take that out, yeah, and texture, and we go play around with this thing. It'll only work in the X direction because I've not done the Y direction yet. Oh, gotta make it. We should only get the first half of the texture, but stretched out. And we do, I think. It's just, yeah, it does some strange things on this side, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it would just always be that. But that makes some amount of sense if we aren't accounting for that adjusted width during some of the size calculations. That's okay. I'll have to figure out how that stuff factors in a moment. Yeah, so we don't factor in the adjusted dimensions for this stuff in the slightest, which is marginally unfortunate. Really, it would be better to do all of the calculations here with 1 to 0 and then apply the width afterwards. But I don't know if we can, because this is a little out of my league. And width is equal to max.x minus min.x multiplied by text width, like that. And that might just be enough to get away with it. It does kind of look like we got away with it. So maybe that was all we needed to do, is just correct that. So no matter what angle you look at these blocks, we should only be seeing the left-hand side. That does seem to be the case, doesn't it? And just to double check the reference texture, the actual, that's the real thing. And we're only, yeah, we are only seeing half. Fantastic. So now I just do the same thing on the y-axis, and then we are good. 456, please. So I can do this. Oh, this might get more complicated because the y calculation is weird. I guess I need to do like this bit here needs to be height. What game were you playing, Ben? If you're still around, out of interest. Ah, Counter-Strike. Fair. Hopefully you won. So now I want to see like the top corner only. And I do. That's kind of nifty. So now we can do some weird things. Because that could be the full width, and we might only see the top quarter. Yeah, that's fantastic. You get the full width and just a quarter of the height, but because you're stretching it, so. But that means that we can now do texture mapping for sprite sheets if we want to. Very cool. Okay, commit subtexture region works in a hacky way. Yeah. I guess we can set the min and max if we want to. So, oh, but it does only write it when you specifically tell it to. So there's only so much point. I guess you could have just a constructor to do it for you. And vim renderer.ren. We could just do this and then have min min equal like that. Fairly sure that will work, but cool. If I wanted to do it, then I could do it over here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then I get quarters. And then if I go back, 0.5, I can just make this 1. Oh, there we are. So that's not a terrible piece, because then we can do other stuff with that without too much effort. And it's nice to check that I can still use lists in Ren. I've not done that for a while. So there's that. It'd be good if this handled nulls, just to be safe, because then not having a texture makes sense, but it's not the end of the world. Oh. Passing in subtext coordinates. Very nice. Get status, get add this, get commit. Texture ref constructor for subtext coordinates. Nice. Very, very good. Okay. Honestly, this was the worst hot chocolate I've ever made. Oh. Not good. Not good at all. So. Now I need to handle the objects that are coming into the world from wherever they come from. For Raycaster, world entities. nt.pos.x, nt.pos.y, and whatever the next texture account will be. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, yeah. Yeah, look at them. That's cool. Because then we can finally... Okay, so we need to handle the removal bit still. Which is a little tricky. But that's still pretty good. Oh, that's weird too. Yeah, that's not right. It happens occasionally. Let's go have a look at what's going on now. So I messed up with this thing in some way. Although I don't fully know how. Oh. I think. No, that doesn't make sense. Maybe this is just wrong. Maybe that's what it's meant to be. It doesn't do that now. So that's a start. Yep, you're there. Yeah, that seems to have fixed it. Now we're not getting that warping effect. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Right. Okay. Git status, git add this, git commit, -m fixing a Y warping bug. No one else will know what that means, but I will know what that means. Oh. Okay. Ref. Like that. And then live. I guess that the removal logic would actually have to occur elsewhere. Dead.ref.remove. Yeah. So maybe. Oh, we just crashed instead. That's fine. That's how you win. I called the correct function at least. CP. That's unusual. .104. There's a fair bit of stuff in there, so it could be about 104. Oh, that's wrong. That's why. That should be I. Bam! Bam! There we go. We're almost at feature parity again. Although it's still kludgy as heck. because it doesn't have the graphical prowess that we used to have. Ooh, that's a bit of a weird distance thing. It's like, if you get far enough away, texture stuff goes a bit strange over there. We may not have gotten completely out of the woods yet with that stuff. But I still feel pretty good about stopping there. That was good. It was successful. We got a couple of bugs fixed. We got the texture referencing, subtexture coordinate stuff working so we can sort of pick things. Yeah, to some degree it is. It's sort of a hack of 3D because it's just a different way of presenting a 2D space. But there is some 3D stuff to consider. It's the first step, I suppose. Because you go from this to something more like Doom and Duke Nukem, which still rendered a bit like this, but at least it was a 3D space, not just this sort of 2D sideways vertical thing. But it's good enough for something, right? You can make something with this. I think that's pretty good though. There's a lot of, yeah, see the bottom of the walls in the distance there, that's doing something strange. So I kind of want to have a crack at fixing that real quick, and then I will probably stop for the evening. But I feel pretty good about how much we've actually managed to do despite that. And that I've managed to mostly get this mathematics to work. So our problem is probably here. Although, this should just be 0, so it shouldn't do anything different from what it usually does. So was that just always there? And because if it was always there, I can kind of tolerate it. I'm going to have to do the same thing over here, though. I am interested in implementing other 3D things. I'm sort of building up my 3D knowledge little bit by little bit. So this is the first stage of that. I still want to make 2D things, of course, but I think it's good to expand your range. And that there are certain game concepts that just don't work in 2D that I would like to be able to do eventually. So it is something I'm tangentially interested in. Text width. Oh, I broke it. Yeah, that's fine. So the question is, does it mess with the perspective if I get really far away? And it does, doesn't it? That's yeah, that wasn't yeah. So that's an inherent flaw with the algorithm rather than the stuff we did today. Yeah, quaternions. I don't fully know about quaternions, so I can't comment. Supposedly it makes things easier, but it's one of those things, isn't it? So we want to take this back, take this out now, take this out, take this out, and then we're good, as far as I can tell. But it's one of those things, right? If you're going to learn 3D, you learn it and then you know it, and then you can just do whatever you want to do. So you kind of only end up learning difficult things once, right? 40 thing back to a 3D world which describes direction better than just, yeah. Fair enough. Oh yeah, like my only real experience of quaternions came up when I was a student living with a bunch of physicists who were trying to make a quadcopter. So, and they were using it for measuring the orientation of the quadcopter. So I haven't got a ton to offer there. But it's the sort of thing that you can learn. If you need to learn it, you learn it. And it seems to be a useful thing to know. So maybe we'll get there. That should now be clamped there, though. And we don't need... that should be clamped to that. There's some other little glitches that will probably come around from that sort of code, but I don't want to fix it right now. Right, so if we... Yeah, we back away. It does still do it, so that wasn't it. That's a shame. I guess it's just what happens if you get far enough away from things that you can't sample it properly. It does wrap around, doesn't it? That's true. Yeah, let's just not do the wraparound then. Ugh. Because for some reason the algorithm that it had originally does this, which is stupid. Like that. That's more likely to fix it. Or break it. Just flat out break it. Why not? Nope, not in here. This one, this one. Over here. Get me my clamp, please. We do that. And then over here, do that, do that. Nope, that still breaks it. Interesting. Uh, 479, please. I mean, that should just be true. Like, like that. That would be true, because we're literally looking at the code that does it. So how does that happen? Nope, not in here. I mean, most likely it's going to be like wrapping around somehow. But it still doesn't make sense. Right. And our height would be the 64. So we just somehow skip one over without meaning to. XY. So maybe what we need to do is just assume that we're one less on the height here. No, that doesn't work. Although it should. Nope. Good evening. Nope, we're like so close. It's literally right there. Let me take that back out again, because that's really just to prevent us from going out of bounds. It's not meant to stop us from doing other things. 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah, that'll do. Text height like that. Like as a first step, I just care about that bit. Maybe that will run? No. Oh, it just ends up way out of bounds for everything then. That doesn't make any sense. Come on. So that doesn't work. Like this thing might be it. Nope. Hey, there we go. Ah, so close. I hate that sort of thing. It's like right there, and it's one of those things that I don't fully grasp as to why this doesn't work. So I'm a little bit stabbing in the dark. I guess like what we're trying to do is be like actually no, let's figure this out properly. So we've got this whole thing here. Yeah. Well, it's because some of this code is from a tutorial as well, so it's not always super clear as to what some of it's meant to do, especially with the mathematical stuff. This is probably meant to be like integer efficient ways of doing the same thing that we're doing regardless, so we might just scrap it and try something else. So this text pause is actually going to just be equal to this multiplied by text height like that. Maybe. And then well, we've got line height here. Because what we want to do is basically map from one range to the next range. Again, it's something I've been doing a lot this stream, I think. So what can we do? Figure that out better. Because this is, I mean, it's kind of doing the same thing. It's like, maybe that should be draw wall start. But then maybe not. I don't remember why the stuff is here though. So I'm at the top of the wall. But that bit could also just be off screen. So we don't want to start mapping. You don't want to map exactly to that range. You need to map to the expected range. Which is why it's probably slightly different. Now text pause is actually probably going to have that applied to it. Or that would just make it bigger, so it's not going to be any more useful. Let's go have a look at the thing. Yeah, so this is what we've got, is this bit. That is what that line is for. Right. Let me... Yeah, go back to that. So we're doing the right thing there and there now. We've got the step, we've got the line height, we've got half of the height. The draw start. Our stepping is done correctly as far as I can tell. Like, it all looks correct. It just calculates to be slightly off. It's like, it's fine, and then it just decides, maybe this texture is bigger than this. Maybe we should do better. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, at least I know that this bit then should be right. Text height multiplied by that bit. Like that. So, yeah. See, they do this, and I don't like that they do this, because it's like, in case of overflow, it's like, why would it overflow? What aren't you telling me? I'd rather not overflow, I'd like to do it properly. But... Oh. I mean, that doesn't help, but it's a thing, I suppose. I'll probably stop in a moment and just call it quits because I'm not getting anywhere. I guess it's like we go and we increment and we increment and we increment and then we just stop. So, although it still shouldn't actually hit this case because we've got this thing that should prevent that. Okay. Well, evidently those are all wrong. Okay. How can you be over for the height recorded? I mean, that can really go here. Because if that's wrong, then everything is wrong. I guess we just need to floor it. And then it might be safe. Oh. Well, then the height was being negative, which isn't okay either. Also, the height changes, which doesn't make sense. So that shouldn't happen. Because the texture coordinate bit doesn't change, so why is that changing? It could just be that I'm displaying it wrong. That's possible. Yeah, that's better. I'm just displaying it wrong. Okay. But then it crashes, so... And it's still saying that it's not the right text height, so then... No, that one. Yeah, it just seems to ignore the fact that we don't want that, so... I am stuck. Like, I'm clamping it to a height that we know cannot be that. Because 64 here, and we're clamping it to this, so it can't physically get higher than that. So how does it get higher than that? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. And I've tested the clamp function. I know the clamp function works. Might as well take that off. It doesn't help. If what? Well, let's do a slightly different assert for a moment. Because if that's happening, I can understand what's going on. No, okay, that's not it. Text pause, %i, and then I'd like %i for the y value. Oh. So this one needs to be an f. Clamp 0 text pause height. Min.y multiplied by text height. Dip. That doesn't make any sense. Don't understand. No, not that one. That one, please. How does it get bigger than the amount allowed? And like, we checked that the height is this, so the clamp is wrong. The clamp has to be wrong, because otherwise this shouldn't happen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Never using inline functions ever again. Shift like this, like this. That goes away, that goes away. Yeah, inlining it caused problems. Which is stupid. I don't understand why that's been happening to me. But that's twice now that in this project that I've had that happen. Things that should be inlineable, I think. Inlining is sort of black magic. Just seems to do bizarre stuff now. Don't trust compilers. Which means I can just take this off again. Text bars plus equal text step, like that. Next thing, CP, copy this, do the dome. Now we should just be fine? Yeah, well, now we're just fine. We can just go places. So, if I pull away from the wall now, do we just retain a perfect thing? I think we do. There we go. That fixes that bug that I was trying to fix originally. Ah. Inlining is dangerous, it turns out. I don't know enough about compilers, maybe, to know why that happened. Because I'm pretty sure optimizations itself is turned off, so it shouldn't even do anything. But yeah. But this is the compile command. This here means no optimizations. Don't optimize my code, please. Well, technically I'm using Clang, so let's double check Clang just to be sure. Let's go check the documentation, because maybe, well, okay, let me back up slightly. Generally, if something is not working the way you think it should be, you're lying to yourself about something, or you're wrong about something. So I must be wrong about the way the optimizations work in Clang. Because otherwise, that wouldn't happen. Sorry, I need to calm down for a moment. Because that was slightly rantier than I wanted to be. Okay. Right. So, O0 means no optimization. This level compiles the fastest and generates the most debuggable code. Oh, for sure. I was reading a thing today where that actually does happen in some projects. Okay, so this is suggesting that I should be using this and not just inline. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm not using it correctly. I don't really do this sort of optimization stuff, so I could still be wrong about how it works. So this should be inline static. Perhaps. So then we bring it over here and we run it, and we see if that then crashes. No. Okay, so that's the problem. I'm just using the inline function incorrectly. Because basically I use clamp like this, so it didn't make sense to have an extra function here. So I thought, you know, I'll inline it. Same thing kind of happens here. You really would like this to be inline static as well. That would also explain why I don't see it in Dome itself, even though I inline stuff. To be honest, I'd really want to go through and do everything, but yeah. Okay, we're officially done now. Feature-wise, the renderer, I think, is actually complete to a level where I could do things I'd want to do with a bit of work. Because I can now control the content of a sprite, I think. I'd have to check about changing it at runtime, but we can get objects in, we can get tiles with floors and ceilings. It renders at a good performance rate. Oh, the actual thing did come down. Oh, we're running in debug mode though, so that's why. Still, even in debug mode, this is a good frame rate, all things considered. And then we can go bam, bam. That marginally improved the frame rate, just saying. No, maybe not. That's okay. So the original version of this engine, or the original version of this prototype, had animated textures for this section over here. These 3 cubes had animations. So if I really wanted to, I could actually make that happen just to get to feature parity. But the tools are there to do it now, without having to do too much extra work. Even if I don't do it myself. Tiles, textures, I think that's it. I think functionally this is done. So you could feasibly take this with a custom version of Dome and make an FPS. Performance-wise. Oh, the frame rate came back up. And I think that'd be okay. I feel good about that. So, that was this stream, I guess. A lot of crazed debugging and learning how the hell inlining works. I think that I'm going to have to look into this more. This definition is provided in line with a declaration and may be used by the compiler in preference to one that a linker finds. I don't really understand why that causes the problem, but yeah. I'll come back to that. Yeah, because the different ways of approaching it. I either just never use inline ever again. Yeah, clearly I'm mistaken based on this comment. I mean, from the sounds of it, it looks like the compiler will inline it if it wants to, regardless. So there's probably no benefit to me doing it inline. Apart from to say I would like it to be inlined, but then there's no point me saying it to myself because it doesn't matter, I don't get to choose. To be honest, I'm still scratching my head about it. It doesn't feel like it's fully clicked in my brain. But I'm also not a person who does this sort of thing very often, so better safe than sorry. In general, we probably just won't inline things in the future. Ugh. Right. Well, thank you everybody who joined me at any point for this interesting experience. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. I hope it was vaguely interesting. We got some interesting stuff done. We got a few bugs fixed. We got feature completeness on this renderer. I imagine that I'll have the graphics API as it is landing in Dome's develop branch sometime soon then, because I'm happy with it at this point. There's some exciting stuff going on there from a development point of view, which has been quite cool. Been really appreciating that. So, have a good evening. Catch you in the future. Have a good one.